What Would I Do Without You? Chapter 5, Part 2. I really didn't want to work for it, but at this point, I would do anything. That's a deal, Mom. I will get started on it right away. When evening came around, I was busy helping Mom with dinner. My brother was home for the holidays, so while we ate, I asked him about college and what he thought about it so far. I wanted to get as much information out of him as I could. Maybe this would help me decide what I wanted to do and whether to follow in his steps. When we were done eating, I started with the dishes and finished cleaning up the kitchen. Done, I said as I held out my hand smiling, waiting for my reward. It was 10 at night, and by now all the stores were closed. There was nothing I could do but wait until tomorrow. There were still 2 pairs left. I am sure I will find at least one, I thought to myself. At that point, the phone rang. That has to be Aaron, I said to myself and answered the phone. Okay, so it's set. I will be at your house on Christmas Eve, and you will come to mine on Christmas Day, Aaron said right after I said hello. Sounds like a plan to me, I replied, trying to hold back a giggle of joy. I heard him chuckle quietly and then say, Okay, so I'll talk to you tomorrow. Sleep well, said Aaron. And dream with the angels, I replied before he hung up. Slowly, I placed the receiver back on the phone and imagining what it would be like. I didn't sleep with angels that night, but I sure as hell slept with my overactive imagination. I was up by 7 the following morning because I wanted to make sure I was at the mall when it opened. Since it was so close to Christmas Day, I knew that there would be a lot of people shopping. I was so excited about buying the charms that it seemed like it took forever and a day before I arrived. As I entered the store and got closer to where we found the charms, I could see that the display was empty. Panicking, I frantically looked around the store, but there were nowhere to be found. A tired-looking clerk came out of the back room and asked, Can I help you? Yes, ma'am. What happened to the Friends Forever charms that you had over here? I told her as I pointed to the bracelet display. Those were sold yesterday, young man. They bought the last pair right before I closed the store, she answered with a tight smile. Well, do you have any more in the back room? I asked with desperation in my voice, hoping that she would say yes. This couldn't be happening. Those charms were the perfect gift for Aaron, and they were meant for us to have. Giving him the charm was going to be how I told him what he meant to me. No, dear, I sure don't. And I won't be receiving another shipment until after Christmas, she said matter-of-factly. I knew I should have bought them yesterday, I said in a low growl. I was so disappointed and upset that I wouldn't be able to give Aaron that perfect gift. I'm so sorry, dear, she told me, and I could see that she felt badly. It's okay. I will try to come back after Christmas. Thanks, I told her as I walked away. I couldn't believe my luck. I really wanted this to be a special gift for Aaron and me. Driving home, I felt so angry and saddened over the whole thing. Once I was home, I went straight to the kitchen to serve myself a big glass of Coke with a lot of ice. I slumped on the kitchen table trying to devise a plan about what to do with Aaron's gift. I was so zoned out that I didn't realize when my brother had walked in. Earth to Isaac is all I heard. What? I said forcefully and surprised. You doing okay, little brother? He asked as he put his hands on my shoulders. Yeah, I'm fine. I didn't know you were home. I tried to explain calmly as I stood up to give him a quick, tight hug. He laughed as he slapped my back harder than I expected. Just asking, you seem to be far, far away, he said, mimicking Star Wars. Ow, I exclaimed at the slap. Then I explained, I was just thinking about how my world is ending, I thought to myself. What's on your mind, bro? He asked as he exhaled and took a seat next to me. Just stuff, like my grades and what I want to do after graduation. Of course, that was a lie, but I couldn't tell him what I was really thinking. He would never understand. Well, don't be so hard on yourself. You still have plenty of time. There is no rush at this point. What else is on your mind? I felt like he knew. Wow, does he know that I am lying to him? I thought to myself. But how could I tell him the truth? There was no way I could tell him that I was bummed out that I couldn't find something special for Aaron. And I definitely could not explain what he meant to me. But then again, he is my brother. What if he does understand my feelings and how special Aaron is to me? Maybe he is okay with it, and he can help me find something even better, I thought to myself. I was starting to feel courageous, like the courage Aaron had when he gave me the bracelet. The energy was building within me, and all I had to do was open my mouth and let it out. Ha! Nothing else is on my mind. It was just that. Seems like time is flying, and pretty soon I will have to decide what to do, was what came out of my mouth instead. I can't tell him. I don't think he would understand. This is too much. I'm not ready for this, I thought and almost cried. All right, man. Well, like I said, don't beat yourself up just yet. You have a lot of time. Plus, it's almost Christmas Eve. Relax a little. Everything will fall into place eventually, he said. Everything will fall into place eventually, I repeated to myself. My grandfather always said that, and he was right. I needed another plan and fast. Christmas Eve arrived, and I had nothing special for Aaron. I had gone shopping the day before as a last-ditch effort to find the charms, but I had no luck. I did, however, find a charm that said "Special Friend." It was cute, but nothing like the one that we had seen. When I got home, I found my brother sitting in the living room watching TV. "Hey, where did you go so early in the morning?" he asked as he lowered the volume on the television. "I went to the mall. I needed to get a Christmas gift for one of my friends." "Is that what's in the bag? Let me see." Just at that moment, I realized that the charms I bought said "Special Friend." How was I going to explain that one? Sure, I said it reluctantly as I handed him the bag and waited for the questions to start. After a moment, his eyes flickered from the gift to me in amusement. "Special friend, huh?" he said as he looked at me. "So who is this special someone? What's her name?" Damn, what do I tell him? I thought to myself. It's no big deal. You wouldn't even know the person, I told him as he handed the gift back to me. "Okay, I get it. You don't kiss and tell," he laughed as he walked back to the couch. "Kiss," I thought to myself. "Yeah, that's it. I don't want to talk about it just yet," I said, trying to play it off. "Cool with me," he paused, then said, "Hey, make sure you find some time for me in your very busy schedule. Other than dinner the other night, we haven't really hung out and talked." "Okay, will do. Talk later," I told him as I scurried to my room. As I entered it, I realized that my brother would be with us when Aaron opened his gift. Ugh, I slapped my forehead. Early that evening, I prepared the Christmas CDs we'd listen to while we opened gifts. The phone rang, and I knew it was Aaron calling. After I said hello, he nervously blurted, "Do you want me to take anything for tonight?" Condoms, I thought to myself, and didn't even know where it came from. I quickly recovered. "I guess you could bring some movies for us to watch later on tonight. I have the popcorn." "That sounds like a good idea. I should be there in about an hour or so." And then he remained quiet. All I could think to say was, "Okay, I'll be here," and hung up. It took me a second to recover while my nerves reverberated throughout my body. "Hey, Mom, Aaron should be getting here in about an hour or so," I hollered as I walked into the kitchen. "Oh, is he? Is he not spending Christmas Eve with his family?" she asked, sounding a little confused. "Oh, yeah, guess I forgot to tell you. Well, Aaron and I were talking, and we decided he would come over tonight since we celebrate and open gifts on Christmas Eve. Then, tomorrow I will go with him to his house since they are going to open up gifts on Christmas Day," I told her. By the way she put her hands on her waist, I knew she didn't like the idea of me leaving the family on Christmas Day. I figured that I would be done with the family thing by that time, I finished, talking with a smile. Did you really figure all of that out on your own, mijo? I detected a little sarcasm in my mother's voice. Yeah, I answered with a thumbs up and then decided to suck up to her. I know what you're going to tell me. I should have run it by you before we decided on anything. Yes, mijo, I think you should have at least told me in advance, she said as she turned around and started washing dishes, letting me know she was displeased. You're right, Mom. But is it okay that he comes over tonight and that I go over to his house tomorrow afternoon? I asked, trying to act like it was no big deal. Of course, corazon. I will talk to your father about it. Are you sure it's okay with his parents? She asked as she dried her hands on her apron. I guess so. Aaron has not mentioned anything about it, but I will ask him when he gets here to make sure. Okay, son. But make sure that your bedroom is picked up and in order so that Aaron doesn't feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I will get right on it, Mom. I quickly picked up any junk that I had laying around in my room and jumped into the shower. Choosing what to wear took forever because for some reason, I wanted to look good for Aaron. I chose a nice, white, long sleeve t shirt and layered it with a dark blue pullover. I put on one of my normal looking jeans and the nicest pair of shoes I could find in my closet. I got dressed and sprayed some cologne on myself so I would smell good. Just as I was picking up my towel from the floor, I heard the doorbell ring. Not wanting to seem eager, I let my father answer the door. I could hear him from my room. Hi, Aaron. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Mr. Flores. How about yourself? Just fine, mijo. Isaac is in his room. I am sure he's waiting for you. I stayed in my room for a few seconds longer than I expected to. I am sure he's waiting for you? I can't believe he told him that. He just made me seem like I was aching to see him, which I am, but he doesn't have to know that, I thought to myself. When he finally walked into my room, Hey Aaron, what's up? I asked with a smile and let out the breath I was holding in. What's that smell? Did you shower in your cologne? He pinches his nose, but I could see a little smile beneath his hand. That one hurt. I laughed a little but felt embarrassed. There I was trying to look and smell my best for him, and he wasn't impressed. Hey, I do like what you're wearing, by the way, he said, not looking at me. Without thinking, I said, Thanks, you look good too, and instantly I regretted it. I didn't want to look at his face, but I couldn't help it, so I quickly added, What movies did you bring? Just a couple of horror flicks and an action one, he said as he looked around the room. I thought to myself, who cares what he brought? I mean, as long as he is here with me. The night went on just as planned. I had made sure the bed was nice and comfortable so we could lay next to each other while watching movies. We were high on Sugar Rush and piles of junk food. Both movies Aaron brought were about flesh-eating zombies, and he laughed every time the movie made me jump. They were kind of stupid, but I didn't care as long as we were hanging out. Are you guys ready for gifts? I heard my mother hollering from the hallway. I looked at the clock and saw that it was 10 minutes before midnight. Wow, time really does fly when you're having fun, I thought to myself. I looked over at Aaron and asked, Are you ready? Yeah, sure, let's go, he said as he lifted himself off my bed. I reached over to my desk and grabbed the CDs with the evening's playlist. I need to go and get my abuelo, I told Aaron as I headed over to my grandfather's room. But when I got there, his light was off and he was in bed sound asleep. I gave him a kiss on the forehead and whispered, I love you, abuelo. Merry Christmas. I thought you were getting your grandpa, Aaron asked as I walked out of my abuelo's room. He fell asleep already. I didn't want to wake him. He looked so peaceful, I replied as I led Aaron towards the living room. The living room felt warm and inviting, with a fiery glow coming from the wood stove. It wasn't very cold at all at that time of the year. but my mom enjoyed the ambience. The tree looked magical as its colorful lights seemed to float on each branch. Since I was a little boy, it was tradition for my grandfather and I to choose a real tree for the house. After bringing it home, we would go to the garage and bring in all the Christmas decorations. We put on old Christmas records as we decorated the house, starting with the living room, which is where the tree went. The dining room was next, followed by the kitchen. Christmas was our favorite time of the year. The smell of pine overwhelmed the house, and Aaron and I sat on the floor next to each other. Okay, so who is going to be Santa tonight? Said Mom as she settled on the couch. I guess I will, answered Dad as he walked into the room with a plate of snacks. Behind him was my brother. Realizing I hadn't properly introduced him to Aaron, I said, Aaron, this is my older brother, Jason. Hey, Aaron, good to meet you. I hear you and my brother are tight, he said as he stuffed 3 cheese cubes into his mouth. Aaron furrowed his brow as he smiled toothfully. He gave a little grunt, then trying to make conversation, he asked, How is college life? It's good and a lot of fun. Jason wiggled his eyebrows and gave Aaron an impish smile, then looked at me. I can't wait until we graduate high school and start college, Aaron stated. But before we could continue that conversation, Dad began handing out gifts and the tearing of paper began. After having that talk with my brother earlier, I decided to hold onto Aaron's gift until the very end. I was even considering giving it to him in my room later on. Aaron grabbed a little package from under the tree, turned to me and said, Here you go. I hope you like it. I am sure I will, I told him as I looked him in the eyes. I grabbed the small, wrapped box he handed me and ripped off the paper. As I was opening the gift, Mom and Dad handed Aaron one. We hope you like it, Aaron. Isaac didn't really give us a heads up that you were going to spend the night with us. So we did some last-minute shopping. Mom said this with a tight yet genuine smile as she handed Aaron the gift. Don't worry, Miss Flores. I am sure I will love it. Thank you for thinking of me, he smiled. Aaron was a little more delicate when it came to opening gifts. I, on the other hand, was tearing at the paper as if there was no tomorrow. As I opened my box, I could not believe what was in front of me. I held it up, and there it was, the charm that I had wanted to buy for Aaron. But it was only half the charm. The half that I was holding said friends. Do you remember where we found the charms? Asked Aaron as he watched me marvel at it. Yes, it was at the little shop in the mall. But what happened to the other half? I asked as I looked in the box again. Well, when I saw you leaving the mall, I rushed back in to buy the charm. The lady at the counter offered to have it engraved for me. I told the lady to tell you both sets had been sold if you come back. I picked it up just yesterday. She engraved your name on the backside of the word forever, and that is the one that I kept. See, I added it to my necklace, he said as he lowered his shirt so I could see the charm hanging around his neck. She put my name on the back of the word friends, and that is the one I am giving you. I realized how much you like them, so I decided to get it as a gift for you, he said with a smile and a gentle twinkle in his eyes. I laughed out loud. Wow, you read my mind. Just to let you know, I did go back for them, but she told me they were sold. This is what I wanted to get for you, I told him as I held up my half of the gift. I was going to wait for later tonight to give you my present. It is almost like this one, except it says special friend. Yeah, let's go with mine, because special friend sounds kind of cheesy, Aaron said as his eyes flickered towards mine. We both laughed. From the corner of my eye, I could see my brother, and I realized that he was staring at us. I tried to ignore it, but I could feel his eyes on us. I turned to Aaron and said, But now I don't have anything for you. It's cool. You can get me something later, he told me with a smile and a strange look in his eyes that quickly flitted down to my mouth. It took me aback, and I instinctively licked my lips. He looked away. We enjoyed the rest of the night with my parents as we sat around the tree talking. I tried not to sit too close to him. Mom and Dad asked Aaron about his family and what his parents did for a living. I thought it was strange that Aaron kept his answers short and vague. Mom and Dad could tell that he didn't really want to talk about his family, so they quit asking. However, my brother kept looking at both of us. It was all very homey, yet very awkward, and I could not go with the flow. When it was all over, I led Aaron back to my room. I was quiet the rest of the night because I couldn't stop thinking about my brother's stare. He was onto me, even though I couldn't put into words what he could possibly be thinking. Confused and worried, I didn't even realize I had fallen asleep until I woke up to Aaron's voice. He was quietly speaking to his mother on the phone. Okay, Mom, I'll be home soon. Okay, Mom, I get it. Yes, yes, I will. And as he turned to look at me, he said, Don't worry, he will understand. Okay, Mom, see you in a little bit. Bye. What's going on? I asked him as I sat up in bed. Nothing. Well, it's my father. He came early and was upset that I was not home with the family for Christmas Eve. He told my mother he wanted to spend the rest of the day with only his family, Aaron said, looking down at the floor, embarrassed. Then he turned to me apologetically and said, I am really sorry we won't get to spend the day like we had planned. It's cool, I understand. I tried not to sound disappointed. What I really wanted to tell him was, It's cool, I understand your father is a dick. I didn't tell him that, of course, but I sure felt like it. Aaron quickly got dressed and was out the front door before anyone in my family saw him that morning. I didn't get to see Aaron for the remainder of Christmas vacation. New Year's came and went, and all I got from him was a phone call. I was dying inside. I didn't know what to do with these feelings and thoughts. I wanted to see him so badly, but could not think of a reason to invite him anywhere, and it really sucked. In my heart, I knew that his father was probably being an ass with him. He had to be. My instincts told me that Aaron was feeling the same thing I was. I didn't know exactly what I was picking up on when we made eye contact, but it was something that I had to be around him in order to figure out. Then, before I knew it, the Christmas break was over. The day before school started again, I sat in my room and daydreamed all day. I was startled when I realized the sun had set. Come in, I said after hearing a soft knock on my door. I knew it was my grandfather. You ready for bed, abuelo? I asked him. Yes, mijo. Just wanted to come in and say goodnight. He paused, then continued. I know something is troubling you, mi niño. I can see it in your eyes. He walked up to my bed and sat on the corner. Just a little, abuelo, but it's okay. It's no big deal, I said, trying to reassure him with a fake smile on my lips. Yes, it is, mijo. I can see it. Just remember to pray about it. Tomorrow is another day, he told me as he gave me a kiss on the forehead and walked away. I will, abuelo. Good night. Love you. Loved you first, mijo. Thank you for listening. And if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe. And stay tuned for chapter 6 of What Would I Do Without You. Until next time.